Hey guys, you join me here, Snow86. We are back on Ballyspring. So we are baling grass, guys. So we are flat out. We haven't decided 100% how many of these we will attempt to wrap, but we are going to attempt to wrap them. That is the main thing. For us to attempt to wrap them, we're going to have to get this pesky square baler situation sorted. We'll just do this and try and get back on track. Yeah, so we're going to have to get that sorted sooner rather than later. I know some of you could have said we could have went for a round bale wrapper combo, but I think this is the route we're choosing to go down now. Unless something pops up on a used market deal, and we might do an old shift around, but we have the square baler. And it is kind of the baler we were preferring to lean towards a bit more. So I think all going to plan, that is the one we're going to use. So by this stage now, news of Farm Sim 25 is probably everywhere, and there's plenty of areas where you can consume pictures and videos of what Giants have released so far. But I think my thoughts on it, it does look like a fantastic improvement, guys, on FS22. So it's definitely something we're going to be picking up. The biggest thing for me is probably the deformable ground. That just seems to have so much to it. The lighting is also well improved, right in line of a bale, so we'll try and avoid that. Yeah, between the dynamic ground and the lighting, they've done some wonderful things. Obviously, you have the movable water, or water that reacts to the tires. You know, the ability to plant the rice area, and I believe it kind of works like a fence system or something like that, where you lay out kind of stakes. It'll terraform the ground, to lower it a little bit, flatten it, and that will then allow you to do your rice fields. So it will be interesting. So the definitely is going to aesthetically look a lot better than probably FS22. Bear in mind, we are running a lot of reshader mods and things like that just to try and improve graphically FS22, and from what I've seen, FS25 is probably going to have a much better start. The new paint system looks very appealing as well. So I think going forward, the series is in good hands. As I said, the deformable ground is probably one of the big things. I understand it works like the tire tracks work in FS22, where they'll stay on the ground for a certain length of time, and after that they will disappear and the ground will kind of reset back to its default state. But I think short term, and definitely for the likes of those who do the role playing and stuff like that, I think it probably is going to be a fantastic addition, because it will allow them to just allow it a bit more realism to it and stuff. And obviously if the AI workers deform the ground as well, it's all the better again. So lots of good things to work. I would be interested to see how it works though, and like we say, the interests of like this, where you're harvesting a field. Obviously you wouldn't leave a big enough tire track in a grass field, depending on weather conditions, than you would in a freshly ploughed field. So will that dynamic be in it? We'll have to wait and see, as more information will get released, and we'll have those fact sheet Fridays and other news drops and stuff. But for now, it does look like a sound upgrade on the current FS series. So looking forward to seeing what more they have in store for us, guys. So yeah, it'll just be interesting to see, and at some stage, probably closer to the day, we might do a little bit of a video on it. But as I say, there's lots of content out there on it, so if you want me to do one, let me know, and we'll try and dig one together and see how well it turns out. But yeah, for the most part, I am looking forward to it and can't wait for it to be released. I think it's November. So but for now, back to Ballyspring, and as I say, we are flat out baling. We have a few decisions to make, and all these fields will be mucked after we have finished the baling, the wrapping, and the stacking process. We might keep one bale load of trailer load of bales. Sorry about that. Like a sneeze or something there. We might keep a trailer load of bales just to stick into our shed, so that we've made some effort at replenishing what we have, but for the most part will be baled and wrapped for silage. On that note, we could potentially take a loan out for the wrapper. A lot of grass there. Hear the tractor digging in for revs. We could take out a loan for the wrapper as well. We have options, so we're not exactly stuck at the moment, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, exciting times down on the farm, guys, and this Massey really is not going to do this one though, is it? Just a little bit shy. So we'll go this way and get back on track. Oh, there was a run there. I'll have to try and pick that up there in a second. In fact, we'll probably try and pick it up there now as we come across. Yeah, so we're just going to be at this for the foreseeable future, guys. We'll probably jump away here in a bit, and we'll pick it back up hopefully when we've made a decision on what we're doing regarding wrappers and stuff. So we'll probably get to see a little bit of square bale wrapping, and yes, I think more load of work will appear once we sort out the noisy loader that we currently have. Didn't realize it's so loud, and it's kind of hard to be jumping in and out of that and doing other things, so not the best attempt there either at that, so we might have to go back just a little bit. Safe to say we got it all there. So we have this is the second field complete now, guys, so 2 left to bale, but it's going rather well. And as I say, once we sort out the noisiest loader in the world that we currently own, and hopefully can change to something a little bit less noisy and a bit more new, is that even the correct terminology? Not 100% sure. We probably will start to increase the loader work on videos, but for now we'll keep kind of behind the scenes. It's just easier on my eardrums, and if it's easier on mine, it's probably easier on yours as well, guys. So we're going to press on, as I say. We'll be back here in a minute. We'll be doing some wrapping, and we'll discuss what way we went with it on the farm, and hopefully it is financially viable. So I'll see you in a second, guys. And we are back, guys. So as you can see, we now have a square wrapper. So what we've done is taken out a loan of 54,000 over 5 years. Was it 5 years? I think it was 5 years we did. So it's kind of a short-term loan. Interest is 1,000 a month. So what I'm aiming for is to repay this loan as quickly as possible, guys. Now, it does mean we can finally get rid of our round baler and wrapper. They're not worth the whole pile. Might get maybe 20,000 for the 2. So that is an option we can now look down. But for now we are busy, guys. We got to wrap all these bales. We have taken 1 load back to the yard, so we'll get them into the shed. I was in the process of doing it, and then and then I got distracted by my thoughts that this isn't going to work out all that well. A bit messy. Got distracted by the thoughts that we probably at some stage want to redo our bale shed. Might use one of those kind of auto stack ones where you drop the bales at the entrance and you can spit them back out the entrance when you need them, just because either that or a bigger bale shed. But basically the reason we do it is because our bales at the moment have gone to pot. By that I mean more or less it's just a mess. They're falling over, they're getting caught on the the uprights of the shed. Can't even get that word out. So at some stage we probably will look to change that process a little bit. But we took in 24, I think, bales into the yard, so that was good. So we've 24 grass bales to be restacked and reused. And we're just going to tip around the process here of the other 40 odd bales that we've managed to bale. We're going to just wrap them all, and then we'll get them collected, stockpiled in the silage pit, and for now that will see us more or less done with first cut. So nothing like, I won't say a little bit of pressure, but nothing like a little bit of something different. So that's what we're doing. So our money, you can see, is up around just over 5,000. But we now have a second additional loan that will be paid off a lot quicker than our main loan. But going forward now, we are going to do our level best to clear all loans off this farm. It's just, yeah, it's a constant source of taking money. It's going to be $2,000 a month now between the two loans. So that is something we'll have to address, because the milk, as it's good as it is, and it has been fantastic, it's enabled us to get the farm really up and going. But the milk can only take us so far, as it kind of peaks and drops depending on the cycle of the cows. So I think going forward we're just going to have to box a little bit more clever than what we have done so far, so that we can keep maximizing that earning potential, because at the moment it's going to be pretty level now, so we're not going to be making a whole pile of money now like we were. So this is where realistically the square wrap bales are really going to come into their own, because it's just going to enable us to make a few more food. So while that one is wrapping that one, we're just going to do this. I know it's a little bit cheaty, but just managed to get that one out, and hopefully we can pick this fella up. Tree constantly gets in the way. That's good enough. So we can now try and find one we haven't wrapped, which I think is straight out in front of us, and continue the wrapping process, guys. So we'll see how many we wrap. I'm expecting there to be around the 40 mark, so anything over that would be a benefit. If we had 48, it'd be fantastic. It'd be 2 full loads that we could then take to the BGA, but for some odd reason my bale reset counter didn't work, and I've actually then forgot to look at the amount of bales we did wrap, so, or produce even. So another new feature for actually FS25 is that you now have foil and knit wrap as standard. I know it's modded in at the moment, guys, but the fact it's now just a standard offering, it's just fantastic. I think simple little thing. I know it's modded in this game, but the fact that as a base option is now there, I think is just, can only be good for the game, that they keep producing things like that as well, guys. So yeah, I'm impressed with it anyway. So see, now can I squeeze this whole setup in here? I think I should be able to, and I can. So we swing down here, we'll get these two. And yeah, process of wrapping is underway, guys. So I think the next time we'll be back here, we will be mucking out these fields, prepping them for the next one. I think towards the end of the year then we'll look at liming everything again, just so we have a fresh slate working off of, so the yield will slowly decrease as the year goes on. But I just think the way we are now, hopefully, I don't think we're going to be able to afford to lime it. So that's really going to be an issue, and I have a couple of small little giant things I want to do on the farm. So we're going to be aiming towards them. We're going to also be aiming to clear out our loans. I think there's a lonely bale over here. There is too. So we'll try and see, can we pick him up? He might be a bit too far in the ditch. think he's going to be too far in the ditch. So we'll drag him out just a little bit and we can then proceed to wrap him. But the main thing we want to do this year, I think, on the farm is relocate our manure heap. It's fine for where it is, but it's just, I think we're just going to push it more up towards the ditch line, and that will give us a better turn in and turn out of the cow yard. That's what, in my head, I think it's going to work, but as always, plans don't always work out. So the wrapping square bale is a little bit of a slower process. It's a bit of driving around for the sake of driving around, but yeah, it's an important one, something we need to be doing. So we're just going to fold it up here quickly. This gap here is a little bit tighter. Doesn't quite allow us to do what we do in the other two gaps, which is drive straight in. So we're just going to proceed to wrap these bales, guys. We'll get it done, and yeah, as I say, we'll have them stacked in the BGA. And hopefully when we sell these this year, they will be able to clear a good chunk of that loan that we did take now to get this wrapper. And hopefully then towards the end of the year we can have that loan cleared. That's the plan, and we'll have a bit of money to start once we empty out the manure pit. We'll then start that work of moving it. So we're just basically going to be mucking grass fields, so we won't be using a whole pile of slurry this year, guys. But there is a reason for it, so you'll just have to bear with me while we make that transformation on the farm. And yeah, hopefully hopefully it's the right move. I don't think it'll cost us a whole pile. It might be about maybe 3 or 4 grand all in. Because basically knock a wall, move a gate, take a ditch down, little things like that. So we just mount that there like that. Looks pretty good, and that one is just going to line up right for us after nudging it. So we'll just keep going. We're nearly there now. We've only a couple left in this field, and then a couple in the first field we are in, guys. So that will be our wrapping concluded. So as we press on here and get this done, I think we'll call it for the day. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. But until next time, I've been Snowman86, this has been Ballyspring, and we'll see you all again, guys. Take care.